Hi, I'm Jim Jordan. I'm a certified nutritional consultant living and working in Ashland, Oregon. And this is the second of my video blogs. Last time I talked to you about systemic enzymes and how they can be useful for reducing inflammation and pain in the body and improving the immune system and detoxification. Today I want to talk about an area of health that is of great concern to people of all ages, but especially as people get up in years, in their 40s and 50s. They start coming to my office and they have all the signs of hormone deficiencies, specifically thyroid deficiency, hypothyroid, and low adrenal function. It's been estimated that about 40% of adult Americans have subclinical to advanced stages of hypothyroidism. There's about 10% of Americans that have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and another 30% who have the symptoms of it, but the lab tests have not been able to identify the hypothyroidism. And I want to talk to you about that today. I've just recently completed a newsletter that I wrote on how to assess and treat hypothyroidism with natural methods, without medication, and that'll be available on my website by the time you get this video. And that website is www.createvibranthealth.com. But first let me tell you how I've come across this issue. For many years when I worked in a medical clinic in Chicago, we would have patients who we ran very comprehensive blood test and other tests on them. And a percentage of them would come back as low functioning thyroid, but many of them did not have low functioning thyroid according to the lab test, yet they had all the symptoms, including fatigue, weight gain, low body temperature, their hair could be falling out, they could have constipation. Any of the signs where the body is having low cellular energy production is an immediate indicator of low functioning thyroid. So even though they didn't have these, the lab tests did not confirm they had low functioning thyroid, there was a strong indication that they did. So we started to address these cases with nutrition. So the first way to find out if you have low functioning thyroid is to take your basal temperature, which is taking a thermometer, putting it underneath your armpit when you first wake up in the morning for 10 minutes while you're still in bed, so you don't get up out of bed. Just keep it under there for 10 minutes and record that number, that temperature. Do this for 5 days in a row. After 5 days in a row, you take the average of that. If it's less than 97.8 degrees, there's a very high probability you have low functioning thyroid. So the question is, why do we have low functioning thyroid? What is the problem? What is it we're not getting or getting too much of? In my newsletter I go into great detail about all the factors, but today I'm going to give you just a few of the most important factors. Number one factor is an iodine deficiency. Iodine is a mineral that is normally found in the soil, but has been depleted over the years. Without iodine in the diet, without enough iodine in the body, your thyroid cannot produce T4 or T3 thyroid hormones. It's an essential building block. In fact, iodine and tyrosine, the amino acid tyrosine, are the two nutrients your body needs to produce thyroid hormone. So why don't we have enough iodine in our bodies? Because the iodine is not in the soil. Also, second cause is toxicity from mercury, aluminum, and other metals, and chlorine and fluoride. Those toxins interrupt your thyroid function and displace the iodine molecule. So already a diet that's low in iodine, whatever amount you do have, could be even lower based on those exposures to those toxicities. So the rest of my newsletter will go into more detail about the other causes of low functioning thyroid, and anybody who's interested, there's questionnaires on my website where you can complete thyroid and adrenal function questionnaires. There's some self-tests that you can do to determine whether you have low functioning thyroid that are all in my newsletter. And if you complete those and email them to me, I'll be happy to give you a free 20-minute consultation to give you an idea of how deficient you are, if you are at all, and what would be a good starting point to address your condition. Thanks for now, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.